more than 2 centuries, 8 major United States mints have produced the coins that helped shape America. But why were they built, and what made each one so important? Every coin has a place where its story begins. Long before a coin reaches a collector's display case or passes through everyday hands, it is carefully crafted inside one of the United States Mint's production facilities. These remarkable institutions have produced billions of coins over more than 2 centuries, helping fuel commerce, preserve precious metals, and document the nation's history one strike at a time. But not every mint has the same story. Some were built during America's earliest years to establish a national currency. Others emerged in response to booming gold discoveries that transformed entire regions of the country. A few operated for only a few decades before closing their doors, leaving behind coins that are now among the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. Today, collectors recognize these facilities by the small mint marks found on many coins. A single letter, or in one famous case, 2 letters, can reveal where a coin was produced and, in many cases, play a major role in determining its rarity and value. 4 remain active today, while 4 historic mints helped shape the nation's expansion before eventually closing. Each has its own unique story, and each played an important role in the history of American coinage. In this video, we'll explore every major United States mint, discover why each one was established, learn what coins they produced, and see why their mint marks continue to capture the attention of collectors around the world. Let's begin where the story of the United States Mint first started. The story of the United States Mint begins in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When the nation's first mint opened in 1792, Philadelphia was the capital of the United States. It was the natural choice for the country's first coin production facility, placing the new mint at the center of the young nation's government and economy. From this location, the United States Mint struck the nation's first official federal coins, establishing a standardized currency that would help unify commerce across the growing country. The Philadelphia Mint wasn't simply America's first mint. It established the foundation for every United States mint that followed. As the nation expanded, so did the Philadelphia Mint. New buildings, larger presses, and improved technology allowed the facility to produce coins more efficiently while maintaining the high standards expected of American coinage. One detail that often surprises new collectors is Philadelphia's mint mark, or rather, its absence. For much of its history, coins struck in Philadelphia carried no mint mark at all. Because it was the original mint, there was no need to distinguish its coins from those produced elsewhere. It wasn't until additional branch mints opened that mint marks became necessary. Today, many modern Philadelphia coins feature the P mint mark, though some denominations have continued the long-standing tradition of carrying no mint mark, depending on the series and year. More than 2 centuries after it first opened, Philadelphia remains one of the busiest coin production facilities in the world. It manufactures billions of circulation coins each year, while also producing medals, commemorative issues, and collector products. Its legacy is unmatched. Every circulating denomination produced in the United States has been struck in Philadelphia at some point, making it the foundation upon which the entire U.S. mint system was built. But as America expanded beyond the East Coast, new discoveries would create a need for additional mints, beginning with one of the nation's earliest gold rushes in the hills of North Carolina. Long before the California gold rush captured the world's attention, the first major gold rush in the United States was taking place in the Southeast. In 1799, a large gold nugget was discovered in Cabarrus County, North Carolina, sparking a rush that transformed the region into the nation's leading source of domestically mined gold. As mining expanded across North Carolina and into northern Georgia, transporting raw gold hundreds of miles to Philadelphia became slow, expensive, and increasingly impractical. To solve this problem, Congress authorized the building of 3 new mints in 1835. The first was the Charlotte Mint in North Carolina, identified by the C Mint mark. The second was the Dahlonega Mint in Georgia, which used the D Mint mark. Although they shared a similar purpose, these two mints had one important characteristic in common: they struck gold coins exclusively. Unlike Philadelphia, which produced a wide variety of denominations, Charlotte and Dahlonega focused on converting locally mined gold into official U.S. coinage. Their production included gold dollars, quarter eagles, valued at $2.50, and half eagles worth $5. Because these facilities served regional mining operations, their annual mintages were often much lower than those of larger mints. As a result, surviving coins from Charlotte and Dahlonega are among the most desirable pieces in American numismatics today. Many command significant premiums due to their scarcity, historical importance, and connection to the nation's earliest gold mining industry. It's also worth noting that the D Mint mark on Dahlonega should not be confused with the Denver Mint, which would not open until decades later. The two mints never operated during the same era, making it easy for collectors to distinguish them by their dates. The story of both Charlotte and Dahlonega came to an abrupt end with the outbreak of the American Civil War in 1861. Coin production ceased, and neither mint ever resumed operations after the conflict. Although their years of operation were relatively short, the coins they produced remain lasting reminders of America's first great gold rush. As the nation continued to grow, however, commerce along the Gulf Coast demanded another branch mint, one that would become one of the most historically significant in the United States, the New Orleans Mint. As the United States expanded westward, so did the need for additional branch mints. By the early 19th century, New Orleans had become one of the busiest ports in America. Located along the Mississippi River, it served as a major gateway for trade, agriculture, and commerce throughout the South. With so much gold and silver flowing through the region, transporting precious metals all the way to Philadelphia for coinage was no longer practical. To meet this growing demand, the New Orleans Mint opened in 1838 and began striking coins bearing the O Mint mark. Unlike Charlotte and Dahlonega, which produced only gold coins, New Orleans struck both gold and silver coinage. Over the years, it produced denominations ranging from half dimes and dimes to half dollars, silver dollars, gold eagles, and double eagles. The mint's history also reflects one of the most turbulent periods in American history. During the Civil War, control of the facility changed hands several times, serving first under the state of Louisiana, then the Confederacy, before eventually returning to the United States government. Although coin production resumed after the war, the mint permanently ended coinage operations in 1909. Today, coins with the O Mint mark remain highly collectible, particularly Morgan dollars and seated Liberty coinage, which are prized for both their history and their distinctive Southern origin. As important as the New Orleans Mint was, no branch mint has captured collectors' imaginations quite like Carson City. Located in Nevada, the Carson City Mint was established in 1870 following the discovery of the Comstock Lode, one of the richest silver deposits ever found in North America. Rather than shipping enormous quantities of silver ore across the country, the government built a mint close to the mines themselves. The result was one of the most famous facilities in American numismatic history. Coins struck in Carson City bear the legendary CC Mint mark, the only United States mint to use two letters instead of one. Although the mint operated for just over 2 decades, its production numbers were relatively small compared to larger facilities. That combination of limited mintages and rich Western history has made Carson City coins some of the most desirable in the hobby. Among the most famous are the Carson City Morgan dollars, many of which have become iconic pieces in American coin collecting. Their connection to the silver boom, the frontier, and the American West has given them an almost legendary status. Today, spotting a small CC beneath the eagle on the reverse of a Morgan dollar instantly tells collectors they're looking at a coin with a remarkable story behind it. While several historic mints had now closed their doors, the rapid growth of the nation meant new facilities would soon take their place, mints that continue producing American coins to this day. As the 20th century began, the United States was growing rapidly. The country's expanding population and economy created an ever-increasing demand for coinage, leading to the opening of new mint facilities equipped with more modern technology and greater production capacity. One of the first was the Denver Mint, which officially began producing coins in 1906. Located in Colorado, Denver was already known for its rich mining industry and had previously operated as an assay office where precious metals were tested and refined. Converting the facility into a full branch mint allowed gold and silver from the western United States to be processed much closer to their source. Coins struck in Denver carry the familiar D mint mark. Although the same letter had once been used by the Dahlonega decades earlier, the two facilities never operated at the same time, making them easy to distinguish by their dates. Today, the Denver Mint is one of the busiest coin-producing facilities in the world, striking billions of circulation coins each year. Chances are, many of the coins in your pocket were produced there. Another major branch mint is the San Francisco Mint, which opened in 1854 during the height of the California gold rush. Originally established to process the enormous amounts of gold being discovered throughout California, the San Francisco Mint quickly became one of the nation's most important coin-producing facilities. Coins struck here carry the S Mint mark. While San Francisco once produced large quantities of circulating coinage, today it is best known for manufacturing many of the nation's proof coins, specially struck collector coins featuring mirrored fields and frosted designs. These carefully crafted coins are produced to a much higher standard than everyday circulation pieces, making them favorites among collectors. The newest of the major mint facilities is the West Point Mint in New York. Unlike the other branch mints, West Point was originally built as a bullion storage facility rather than a traditional mint. Over time, however, it expanded into one of the nation's premier production centers for precious metal coinage. Coins struck at West Point bear the W Mint mark and include many of the United States Mint's most popular bullion and collector releases, such as American Silver Eagles, American Gold Eagles, and American Platinum Eagles. The facility also produces commemorative coins and other special collector issues in limited quantities. The Philadelphia Mint offers a public viewing area where visitors can watch coins being produced from above the factory floor. Depending on availability, the Denver Mint has also offered guided tours over the years, while the San Francisco and West Point facilities are generally not open to the public because of their specialized operations and heightened security. Although some of these historic mints closed their doors long ago, the coins they produced continue to be collected and studied around the world. Together, they tell the story of America's growth, innovation, and craftsmanship, one coin at a time.